Welcome to episode middle ground with JLE Ground Floor, where we can agree to disagree and still be family. That's the theme song. What up, though? For my second album, had a little difficulties, but we got it together. My co-host will be on shortly. We got another great panel for you, another great topic. Today's discussion will be about why do men and women use sex to control or manipulate, and we're gonna have a great about it. But bring in my awesome co-host Terry. I'm your host Jeffrey L. Edwards. Oh, we got this together.
Oh, am I on? Okay.
There you go. My awesome co-host Terry.
All right. I think I'm in there. I'm clearing things off of my screen. All right. I'm gonna have my seat.
I can hear you. We live. We doing it. We doing it righteous. So, what's your thoughts on tonight's topic? Why do men and women use sex to control or manipulate?
Why? I think the answer. Hold on, let me get situated. I think the answer is the answer to most things. Most people do things because they can, or because they're allowed to, or and the person who has the upper hand probably because they're good at it. And, this I'm guessing.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Those are good guesses. Good guesses.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
I mean, I would say for the power and leverage aspect of it.
Well, yeah, of course it's power. Of course.
From a male perspective, a lot of guys always say, well, women always use it because every guy do a lot with get his house, his car, so he can have a beautiful, bad woman on his arm doing their thing.
Okay.
And some that know that, they probably work that to their advantage.
Right.
I want to say if you ain't going to take out the garbage or something, crap tonight.
Everybody that know me know that garbage is important. Anybody know me know I hate taking out the garbage. If I got to take out the
garbage. Well, guys are running to go take out that garbage or something, for example.
Oh,
that's like a light heart.
Important.
If someone really be doing it, like, okay, now you taking this too far, like, you know what? I'm tired of looking at you. I'm on strike for the week. Like, damn, the week? For real? It's like that? Okay. That can create an issue. Well, we got a great panel. Current guests, Stephanie and Jerome. Going to bring them into the show.
All right. Let's go.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, y'all.
What up, though? Good people. What up, though?
What's happening?
And we can see you. That a boy.
Yeah, I had to. I had to work on the lighting.
Oh shoot! You flipped that light on. All
right. You ain't CIA, man. This ain't a classified show.
Had to break out my electrical skills around here. It's all good.
That's all right.
What's up, Steph? I ain't seen Steph in 25 years.
I know, that's crazy. You look exactly the same.
Hey, I tried to. I appreciate that compliment. Likewise for you. You just wearing some glasses now.
That's it.
That's it.
How you been?
Oh, hanging in there. You know, these kids drive you nuts. I try to keep my gray hairs down. These kids have you out here looking like Morgan Freeman.
That part.
Morgan Freeman,
huh? No, it's good seeing you. Let's go, Jeff. What y'all talking about today, bro?
Ooh.
Man, I already told you the topic.
Man, you ain't tell me nothing, man.
Okay, why do people use I guess I'm my word.
Why do men and women use sex to control or manipulate?
Right. See, I was gonna say it wrong, and it was gonna be an implication on one end or the other.
Oh. Let's let the lady go first. Let's let Steph go first.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes.
Because they can. I mean, it's.
Oh wow.
Jeffrey, what did I say? Jeffrey, what did I say?
Wow. Yeah, you said it too.
You've heard the saying so many times. The power of the P, right?
Wow.
So ultimately, sex is from a female's perspective, thinking in terms of the male, right? Sex is the end goal. So we know that you guys will ultimately jump through whatever hoops are presented before you in order for you to get the prize, right? So when things aren't going, and look, this is just speaking in general terms, not to say that I do or don't, but when things aren't necessarily going the way that they should, you don't get the prize. You don't eat all your dinner, you don't get dessert.
Hmm. Interesting.
Literally.
Okay.
Literally.
I'll be devil's advocate later. Go ahead, Jerome.
No, that was good. That was good. I think it's along those lines. I also think, like with Terry being a hairstylist, there's been a lot of bad advice throughout the years for both men and women. And so when you sit in that chair, you either going to have somebody giving you good advice or bad advice. And over the years, I feel like, girl, the best way to do this is to XYZ. Same for the men. And you can really, so we'll call it like it is. When you manipulating, you either controlling or you influencing somebody to do what you want them to do. And so I always, in the dating world, not the marriage world, but the dating world, whenever I seen a chick really be on some, hey, if we don't go to this, then you ain't getting none. I'm looking like, hey, I'm out the damn door. I don't have time for these games. Like at the end of the day, if you measuring me doing what you want me to do, let's say like what's the purses to the women like Michael Kors, Jimmy Choo. If I don't go and get you a $3,000 purse, you're telling me you're not gonna give me none. But yet I'm trying to build a dream team here. I'm trying to get this house because we're talking engagement, we're talking all these things. So I see your focus is on the wrong things. So if you're gonna penalize me now, what the hell gonna happen if I say I do to you? So for me, those were the wrong things to do for me because I'm out. Call me what you want to call me, but as soon as I see those red flags, I'm out because I don't have the time for it.
Okay, so Jerome, I think we're going too far into it. So let's stay, like, buddy, let's stay, like, right here, like, right where we are in the midst of the whole manipulation thing, because it's all, everybody's manipulating. You're even manipulating when you're whining and dining and doing the things. You're ultimately, you too have a goal. Are you over here? Over here. You too have a goal. You know what I mean? Like, you got something that you want too. We're all, depending on depending on your intent makes it malicious or not. So, but everybody has an end goal, an end result. Yours just may not be, you just may not have ill intent. You know what I mean? Like you said, you're building this dream, but she wants this bag. You get what I'm saying? Her intent is the bag, your intent is this empire. You get what I'm saying? But it's about matching up with the person that has the same mindset in the end, right? You that wants the same, but right, okay, so we know that. But in the beginning, there's two people that want a thing, right? So that's okay. It's okay. So we're all kind of finessing each other a little bit, right? So if we keep it real about that, let's just keep it real, right? If we can all just decide that we're gonna keep it real, that everybody's kind of, finessing each other just a little bit. I'm not saying the people that are lying about who they are and lying about what they want. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying I done met this man. I like this man. I like him. Like, so I'm being me, but I'm about to put on a little bit more because like I super dig dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're in a groove of that like. So you don't mind putting on the extra. So like that's okay. And that's that little bit of manipulation. And if I know I got that on him and I know I can, if I say this, he gonna do that. Like, you know what I mean? Because I move like that. So for me, if I were to manipulate, if I were that kind of person, that's how I would move it. I wouldn't move it in a way of, oh nah, it's this, because like for me, that ain't even necessary. You can really just because really everybody has an intent. Even that man that you think is being done wrong has an intent. He wants something too. Everybody wants something.
What happens in that situation though when he sets the foundation at the beginning and then something happens that maybe knocks him off his square? So he's laying out to where he's getting the hair done, getting the nails done, you're getting the bag, and he's also building the dream. So this guy is able to finesse both ends. So he can
Mm-hmm.
give you everything that you want,
Mm-hmm.
and as long as you're receiving, you're giving. Like you have no problem at the end of the day
Mm-hmm.
laying it down. But
Mm-hmm.
then something happens to knock him off his square, right? So
And they're
now
done that.
he's like, I can't get I can get the hair done or the nails done. Something came up, I can't do both. And then you start withholding. So that's where
That's not.
the
I can't.
pride comes
Yeah,
in.
I can't see. I can't answer that for me because I have been in those situations. Number one, hair done, nails done, all my things that I do that are on my agenda, they on my agenda whether somebody gonna pay for it or not. That's automatic. I'm paying for
But
that.
you do have
You get if
some
you if
that
you give me some money, you reimbursing me. Like, I'm sorry. If you give me some money, you reimbursing me. That's just what it is because it's gonna get paid for regardless. That's just and I suggest that to any woman. You taking care of your things should not be dependent upon unless that's your setup with your husband in your home and you're a homemaker and that's y'all agreement. But that's gonna happen regardless. So if something happens where a man can't do that, that's okay. It's gonna still be handled, and I'm not gonna look at him any different because he can't do that. As a matter of fact, now it's my turn to shift gears and handle business and make sure that he's built up to get back out there and do what he needs to do. Now he can't sit
right.
around for long. Now it's a clock on it.
It's,
I had set the
it's
clock.
not a lot of people that do that.
The same
Right.
It's
clock I
more.
will put on myself. The same clock I will put on myself because I don't sit still. But
Mhm.
um, I'm not that girl, so I can't answer that question. I'm not that kind of person. I don't move like that. I don't drop people like that. As a matter of fact, I probably care longer than I should. But so I personally can't answer that. People, I know people that are that way. I know people that are gonna use what they have. And let me hold on. Let me keep it all the way live. I'm gonna rewind this thing back. Ooh, let me rewind this thing back. Ooh, I probably done her a couple times. Oh, if I rewind that thing back. Yep, I did it. So, with that being said, you just don't care. You move on. It's moving right along. You never cared in the first place. But the
Right.
reality is, let me tell you, let me tell you, the dude didn't care either. He didn't care nothing about me, and I didn't care nothing about him. He wanted a thing, I wanted a thing.
Yeah, but like in those scenarios, that's different from how you see it. The ones that might do it, dudes can look at, well, the averages have changed. Just what, 7-1. So if I can't still get you the hair and the nails, and you tripping on giving me that, somebody
But
else
see, I
will.
was a different kind of chick. I didn't eat lambs. I ate lions. I only ate lions. So, like, okay, so for instance, like I didn't. So a nice guy, I wouldn't chew up and spit out a nice guy. But a guy that thought he was a player, like really thought he was a player, that's the one. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah,
You
but
get what
even
I'm saying?
nice
So I
dudes
wasn't.
come to that logic because they ain't trying to. They coming off like, okay, I had to get my car fixed, and I can't get you both in lockdown. Who I'm dealing with that does that? So we the same
Like who
team. What
does
the hell
that?
See, for me, I can
is
only speak for myself in the situations that I've had. Don't get me wrong, I've heard a whole lot of stories, but I'm talking about my own personal, you know what I'm saying, situations. So, but I'm talking 20 years ago. You know what I mean? But 20 years ago was as we all know, was very different. You know
Right.
what I
I've
mean?
encountered
And
some females like that back
we
then
all were very different people. You know what I'm saying? But
in the
So
conversation.
yeah,
does that apply? I didn't mean to cut you off, Terry. Sorry about that.
no,
But
girl, that's it.
when you look at like withholding, there's
Right.
different levels to it. Like in the dating scene, it's probably a little bit easier for both males and females to shut them off, cut it down, keep it moving. In a marriage, though,
Oh
so
no, it's
it's it's levels to it, and I know that there are married men and women that still use it as power, but it's not easy to just jump. Okay, you withholding, I can get it anywhere, I'm out, versus we're married, we're committed. So now I kind of just got to suffer through it until you ready to lift the chains.
Oh, you create a resentment, and that person gonna be on autopilot. Because in a marriage, when you start doing games like that, you ain't on my team.
You ain't on my
sometimes it's
team.
hard though. Sometimes a person is not withholding. Sometimes that person is going through something internally. And again, I can only speak for myself. I've talked to people, but when it comes to that, I can only speak for myself. Sometimes people are going through a thing that
Yeah,
don't have nothing to even
but
do with the other person,
sometimes
but
people
it
are with.
affects them firsthand. I get that.
Mhm.
But there are people what Stephanie talking about. That's in my
That
opinion
will
on the bull,
genuinely withhold.
straight
That
on
will
some bull.
genuinely,
Because
the garbage wouldn't
And
take
don't
so,
them
be
away.
team
So
man,
sorry.
and don't think
Sorry, no,
talk to
that's
women
just
in
I'm not
here.
in the mood. I got a headache because you didn't do what I asked, or you didn't pay what I needed, or you didn't take me where I wanted to go. Guess what? I'm tired.
Okay, so I don't believe in that unless you're dealing with somebody who has not met your needs. If your spouse has met your needs, and when I say that I mean like your emotional, y'all both are doing y'all thing in the house and all of that. I always have a joke when women are in here and they're complaining about their man or they home girl or somebody got them feeling like they should leave or whatever. I always ask them like that light switch work. Like he makes sure, all the everything like that. Like I'd be like, girl, you better go home and do the thing. Don't let nobody, talk you about your situation because your situation ain't that bad. I promise you, it's
I,
not.
I done
You
had
know
the conversations at Wayne
I
State.
say it, I say it all the time because to me, everybody has a list of the supposed to do's. Get what I'm saying? So while you feel like he's supposed to do, maybe figure out your supposed to do's. And I don't,
They don't care.
the sex is a duty. Now, whether you're looking at it like a duty is one thing or another. Whether you fix your mind or not, the same way you have to fix your mind to get up and go to work every day, so that you're not mentally thinking, "Oh, I hate this." You know what I mean? The way you have to train yourself to look at things a certain way. You might have to fix your mind and look at that a certain way if you feel a way about it. Because guess what? You do owe it to that other person. You just do. You know what I mean? Unless that person is making you feel a certain way emotionally or physically, then that's something very different.
Yeah,
But yeah, yeah, you gotta rub him out. You gotta do something. Yeah.
yeah. Some people get selfish. Well, he didn't get that bag, so I don't care. I'm at
But
work
see again, but
on
again,
that.
me,
Like, no.
bags and all of that. To me, you don't pick the wrong person. I'm not about to be sitting up going crazy or not giving somebody something because they didn't get a bag or get my nails done. Like I ain't I'm at an age and stage where I got bags I don't even pull out. I ain't thinking about no bag
Yeah,
like that.
but
Um
people change once you get married. You really
no,
find out
listen,
who you're
listen,
dealing with.
and I absolutely understand that. I do wholeheartedly. But what I'm saying is, um, like
I'm just trying to tell you, 'cause I didn't have these conversations like you got a good husband and you didn't do that and you doing this.
but see, that comes from
And
all
the
of that.
client
People
was
that
like,
people will allow
wow,
outside
okay.
folk to talk them up out of their situation. And that's what I mean. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has, I think, on one level or another, needs somebody to vent to. And that is absolutely okay. But you have to watch who you are venting to,
Yeah.
because people will make your situation look worse than what the hell it is. Please.
They was mad I didn't agree with them. Like, nah, you sound like you got a good dude. I mean, you
No,
tripping.
here's the thing. He may not be a good dude, but that ain't necessarily for that person to. I mean, don't get me wrong. You want your friends to keep it real about stuff or whatever, but people can only give you what they have to give, and nobody is going to be everything to you. So if all your friend can talk about is what this man is not, it's something off about that. That's all I'm saying. And to me, as a man, why do your homeboy have so much to even say about your woman? Do you get what I'm saying? So you have to kind of, to me, you gotta kind of pay
Yeah,
attention
watch
to
you talk to.
certain,
Yeah.
yeah, like what's up with that? So I just think that I think that outside people factor in a whole lot negative.
Yeah. But some people might be immature, selfish. Some of the things might play a factor why
Oh
they
yeah,
do
all of that. But I think that that's why that's a whole lot of I listen to you a lot when you say because I feel like you talk about relationships like like it's a business and it's a business and it's a business, and I'll be like, oh Jeffrey, everything is not a business, it's not. But I had to look at it like, damn girl, you do that too. I always check myself whenever I like check something somebody else is doing. I try to check myself back to see if I do it too. Okay, Jeffrey, and I do it. It's because I
it.
literally I look at everything like a contract. And to me, that's a bunch of little contracts being
But relationships are a business. I mean, if you probably go to counseling in some form, they're going to try to explain y'all have daily duties that both are expecting you to
I get
uphold.
that. It just make it sound so boring though. That's why I just didn't like it. It just made it sound
And see, that's
boring.
another problem that some women have. This fairy tale ideology about marriage that it's always going to be exciting. You're going to have a routine, and that's okay.
But see, I don't need that. Like I actually prefer normal. I need
You flying to
every
Paris and
Monday
believe
to
everything
go
going
like
a
this.
daily.
Every Tuesday to I need structure. I have to have structure. If you don't keep me in structure, it's a problem. If things are even remotely chaotic, I can't F with it.
So, what are some situations where men manipulate? So, we talked about getting the bag and when he falls short because the garbage wasn't taken out or
Hmm.
whatever the situation may be, females have since forever had the reputation of withholding. Like I said, in our minds, or some of our minds
Well, we
anyway,
didn't speak on men
it's
with
the end
withholding, but go
goal.
ahead.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying. I need to hear
Mhm.
from Jerome and Jeff. So when do y'all
Oh,
y'all put us in these same
Okay,
situations? So
I would
how was it
say it
different?
depends on if she the type of person that is like that Snicker commercial. She ain't got none. She
Hmm.
kicking pots and pans like, oh, I need to tighten her up. So you might have one of those. If you a manipulative person, you might use that to your advantage. Like, okay, well, you know what? I got an event coming up. Ask you to take this to the dry cleaner, and from what you tell me is some bullshit excuses. Man, it's shut down tonight. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. You might do that. Now, I never done that, but I have known a few people that held it in conversations that,
That's just so crazy to
yeah,
me.
I gotta. She
It's
getting
a
out of hand.
crazy
She always going
concept,
out with the
but what's
girls.
the topic?
Ain't nothing. I'm like, what the hell? Like, okay,
uh,
I didn't even know that guys were capable of that. Like,
yeah, guys ain't that dumb.
yeah, I say for the men, when I go to the barbershop, things like that. I think the main thing that I hear is mind control. They like to play the mind games, and it's not so much about withholding sex as a woman would do. It's just the mind games of, you know, let's just say, let me see what would be a perfect example. Uh, let's say you've been wanting to go to Paris. You know that you know it. He knows. Everybody know you want to go to Paris, and he knows that's something you want to do. So either A, he's going to do it, or B, I call it pump faking. He just talking just because he's just trying to get you pumped up, knowing he don't have any intentions of doing it unless you do X, Y, Z. Like, man, if she ain't cleaning up this house, if she ain't do this, this, and this, man, she can forget this damn trip. And I just be listening to the dudes like, wow, like I remember one time I was at the barbershop and these young dudes came in there and said, man, what's the difference between you being married and me living with my girlfriend? And I said, you don't know the answer to that? And he said, no. I said, the difference is I got a binding contract. If I leave out of here tomorrow, she can have half of everything. I said, you playing house, I build houses. My man was like, damn. Everybody was clapping. I didn't even know women was in there. That wasn't my intent, but I just had to give them the real, like, you playing house. And it's a difference between you signing a contract and both of y'all having an understanding of what this is versus you over here signing the damn leasing contract at an apartment complex. So I think that men play mind games. That's what I've been
For
experiencing and
certain.
what I've been hearing.
For certain.
Yeah,
I
they do
think that
both.
I think that no matter how comfortable you try to make it, because I'm definitely a contractual person. I'm super duper upfront. I'm like, okay, so look, this is who I am. This is all of my crazy. This is my one personality. This is personality. This is my
A
one.
lot of females not that honest as you.
This is
No,
the
no. Let me ask you
Right,
this:
right.
when
rough
you
one.
telling him this? This like month six, or when you telling him this information?
Oh no,
Day
this is
one.
like the first week.
Oh, you tell him up
You know,
front. Oh,
you
you
put all
real
cards
real.
in the table.
off, off top, off top, off
A
top.
real one.
Yeah, because listen, it's gonna pop out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's gonna pop out. So you need to know. So when you even hear, because if you pay attention, that there's tonal differences in the voices as well. So
Mm.
Oh yeah, I learned
yeah,
that being a musician. Tell
so you
Christmas
heard
boy
it.
has attitude.
Okay.
I
So
get
yeah, you know what
different.
I mean. So yeah, so my thing is, I'd rather just be upfront about everything and then say, hey, look, so this is what it is. This is what I feel like the situation should be. I feel like you can pretty much do this, but if you do this, I ain't gonna like it. So this is like the, and so in my mind, it's a contract. Now we technically are not signing anything, but I'm telling you, I don't like this. I do like this. Do you like this? Oh, you like that? Okay. Like and I just felt like that's it. And then so after a little bit of time, like like that's it, right? Like that's it. It's just
It
really that
should be.
simple. Just be upfront about it and
Should be,
everything
yeah.
like that, and it's good.
It should be, but you do have some people that just want to keep testing.
But
Ask
again,
all type
it's
of questions.
like Jerome said, it's the mind games with me, and no matter how upfront you are, and you try to, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean. I actually I know how to play the game now. If you want to do the
Yeah,
other thing,
even
I know
some
how to
females
do
do
the
that
other
too.
thing now. If you want to do the thing, I can play the game. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna like it, but I know how to play it. But no, I'm telling you, like we could just do this. Because remember, I wrote it down, and we can
Hmm.
just do it like this, and everything gonna be cool. This is gonna be real fun, right? Nah, still wanna do a mind game. Still wanna, so it's just like,
Yeah, I done had those when I was single. Those scenarios that made you had to sit back and replay the night. Like what happened?
What happened?
We started off this way, and this shit went left out of nowhere. Like, why she ask you that question? That don't make no damn sense. Now, just then we vibe, we trying to. Then she asked you this, like you answer the question. She asked you, then, well, what do you see us going? Like, what the hell? Or do
And
you
then I
love
think
me?
about
Like, what the hell? Where
I
that come
think
from?
about those scenarios too where you have shop talk. So Terry doing the hair, Jerome at the barber shop, right? And we're conversing. We're in completely different environments. So I might be, like Terry mentioned before, legitimately going through something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the symptoms of premenopause. So maybe I'm about to start. Maybe I just got off, right?
mhm,
Maybe I legitimately had a bad day at work and I'm
Mm-hmm.
frustrated. Maybe I'm going to bed with a headache. But ironically, these things happen when you're initiating the act, right? So I'm like, nope, I got a headache. You automatically assume that I'm withholding, and then you turn that into manipulation. So now
Yeah.
you at the barber shop, like, man, last night I tried to get down and she pulled the I got a headache card. Maybe it wasn't a card though. Like maybe I legitimately had a headache. So now you've
Mm-hmm.
got this perception of me being your girl that's withholding. So now you second guessing, like, well, did I do this? Did I do that? And it's those things that ultimately make the sex the prize, because not you're not second guessing why my head hurt. You're not second guessing why I shut you down. And maybe it wasn't even like a rude shutdown. Just nope, I can't tonight. I don't feel like it. You're not asking me what's wrong, how you feel. You're looking like, well, then maybe I need to step my game up. And it's those thoughts that make it seem like it's the reward when it shouldn't be a reward. It shouldn't be a prize. It should be an act where you're genuinely expressing how you feel about your partner.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
ask those questions. What's going on? Because maybe you might need to go get some aspirin or something.
That's what I was gonna say.
Right.
Like maybe make me feel
She full of
better.
on that
And I'm
bull crap.
like,
Like, shoulders though, and you treat it like that.
But if
Gotta
you
ask-
don't have that open channel of communication, you're automatically making that assumption, and then you're pinning that on me. You're telling me that I'm manipulating you, but you didn't ask me that. We haven't talked about it. I just didn't want to that night. And maybe it was that maybe I was feeling fine. I'm just not in the mood. I'm entitled to not be in the
and to
mood.
me, and then that is a thing. You are definitely entitled to just
Yeah.
like, I don't even want to, dog. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't know.
No, I agree.
Nah.
I agree with y'all ladies on that. I think that maybe it's because I just talk too damn much, but I communicate about
That
everything.
be it too
And
sometimes.
and I think it's just one of those things that y'all both, about to be 45 in a few weeks. I can't play high school games at this point. I don't need to have you guessing what I'm thinking. You need to know what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and everything. So for me, like what Steph was just talking about, I think that that's one of those moments. Like, soon as you tell me, hey, I'm not feeling too well tonight, this, and this, I don't even question it. It's just I leave it alone and everything like that. Now, don't let this be a 3-week thing where it's like, hey, did you go to the doctor? I mean, because now it's like, hey, you going past my time frame. It's like, I don't do this type of stuff. So now we got to have a real conversation, because it's like, what else is going on? Like, let's have a real conversation. Have you been to the doctor? Blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
I think that that's part of the problem, is a lot of people don't really have real conversations, and, those difficult conversations. And it's like, as a man, you're entitled to be like, hey, I ain't feeling it today. Like, hey, I just, what I'm saying? Because most times women think the man is always ready. That's not the case. It's just like, had a long day at work. My mind ain't even right. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something in the morning before you go to work or whatever. Right now, my mind ain't there. So for me, I think
I don't believe
initiation is big. Initiation is big. Like,
Y'all,
I
whoa,
don't
whoa,
want to
whoa,
be the
whoa,
person
whoa,
that's
whoa, whoa.
always creating that platform in the room. I want to know that I'm wanted too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be a situation where I'm always the one to initiate, because I get to the point to where I'm like, if I got to do that, it's like, what's the point? You know? And so I like to, you talk about the prize, I like to still feel wanted at sometimes. It could be 90-10, but I want that 10% to be strong. You know what I'm saying? I want that 10% to be real. I don't want to be 100% and I got to initiate all the time, because it just does something to my psyche. So that's
Now,
just
why
me.
did y'all say that was crap? Pretty much.
Okay, no. This
Both
is
of
where
y'all.
this is where it gets frustrating, because I've had this actual argument, and so this, to me, it sounds like Jerome has had the same argument in his home that I've had. So I feel like, not argument like but you know what I mean, like,
Disagreement.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that, unfortunately, what you said with the 90-10, when we do initiate and y'all give in, it's like, oh, but you expect somebody to just give in whenever you want it. I'm here and I'm giving it, and you know what I mean, you just take what you want and you get what you want. But then when I initiate, it first of all, it always got to be me initiating. Then second of all, you don't even give it every time I initiate. But then when you want it, I just give it up every time you initiate. And it's like, yeah, y'all easy, of course you do. You know what I'm saying? But
Time out.
like,
Time out.
Flag or the play. Flag or the play.
Sometimes some dudes will
Oh,
be
she brought the
saying what
flag of the
he's saying.
playback.
They might be tired from working a couple or something. That does happen too.
I mean, but I guess.
But that don't mean a woman ain't a very crafty individual and knows what buttons to push. Even like, hey, I know you
Ooh,
well,
crafty?
but
I
let
like
me do this
that.
right here, and you go like, man, I'm tired as hell, but man, come on, because you know what button to push. Like a dude might know what button for maybe rub that lower back. All right, I just on my side, my leg up. I ain't moving. Might know like type of moves to do here and there. Ain't gonna happen all the time, but here and there.
Well, see,
Like,
I
what I
don't know
did with
that
my
this.
wife early on was massages, and so to this day, it's like if I don't do the damn massages, that's gonna be a long night for me.
But Jerome, does she make you go through the whole massage? Do you and your wife get through the entire massage?
I have to do the damn whole damn. Well, now it's like
Okay.
with
Because
kids.
you
With
put a
kids,
timer on it,
let me
like you
backtrack.
gotta get through the whole massage.
Let me backtrack. If the kids is there, it's probably 50% of the massage that I would
Okay.
normally do.
Okay. No, I
But
get that. The kids there.
yes, if the kids is gone their way,
Okay.
it's a full massage. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's a full massage. So that I created that. You know how a guy starts something in the beginning. That was one of my things. And I still and let me go a couple of days and don't do that, boy. It's the end of the
Mm-hmm.
world. It's like, hey, what the hell you got going on? Huh? What you talking about? Like, oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
I just came back from out of town for work. I was tired. Like, I don't want to hear none of that.
Okay. I know
Tomorrow, I
that's
know you better get your hands together. So I was like, wow. So yeah, it's a real thing. Communication is key.
I agree. And then too, so just like looking at what the focus of the topic is, and remember, a couple sessions ago we were talking about the influence of music, right?
mhm.
And so, of course, in our area, like we three knocks outside of 45, so it's slightly different for us. We are a little bit more mature than this generation, but when you listen to the music and the message that the artists are sending out, Cardi B said, "Broke boys don't deserve no kitty." I know that's right. So that's one thing.
That's
When
a lie.
again, it's fun, but I mean um that's the
Them the
vision
ones he
that's being
messing with.
painted.
I mean, but broke is
Megan
relative.
said,
If he got a
like,
body like
you
the Rock, they
know,
messing
it's
with that
very
dude.
expensive to date me, and we know that sex is a part of dating. So if you don't
Right.
got the bag, you don't got the cat. It is what it is.
But see, to me, broke is no job. I mean, and that's why I say broke is relative. You know what I mean? Because you can fake have money. You know what I mean? Like people be on Instagram looking and acting like they have money and don't have
And
anything.
don't have a dime.
You get what I'm saying? So,
Facts.
That was
yeah.
advocate.
So to me, broke is like you just don't have a job, you don't have a car, you don't have anything. Like that's to me broke.
If he land that
Or
pipe,
You have a
maybe you
job, you
got
have
a
a
stay with
job, you have
her.
a
job.
car, you
He
taking
drive
care
that
of
car.
yourself. Like you doing okay.
But what if you not?
I
What
mean,
if you got a job and you barely like
well,
you
really,
got
and
the rent? You
so
might get the car, no, but you ain't guaranteed to have no gas in it. You know.
so really, how can you date?
But women are
Broke
doing it.
boys
Let's be
don't
real.
deserve no kitty.
If he got the body, he putting it down. He stay in her
Hold
house, drive
on.
her
So
car,
Stephanie,
take her
how
Because
place.
how can he date?
if that's the prize, so they're able to overlook those
Oh, so you saying
things,
he got
those
the prize?
shortcomings,
You
because
say
he
he got
got
the
the
prize.
prize.
Okay, so listen.
So to
Okay,
say
so in
women ain't gonna
that
deal with a
case,
broke
It's
dude
the
is a
hold
lie.
on. Woo, here we
Is
go.
a lie.
So look,
They might go
look.
complain about him, but they gonna take their ass home to him cook him
Listen,
dinner.
so in that
exactly
case, I'm not mad at dog. He using what he got. I'm not mad at him now. As for me, you know what I'm saying? No, thank you.
right,
But I'm not even gonna get to find out. I'm not even. I don't want to know. I mean, if you got a picture, I look at it. But I don't want to. I don't need to know him.
right.
But yeah, but yeah, like I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all. Like, go ahead.
And some of these artists today, you
Talk
can't
to it.
take their music serious.
You
No,
say
you
what?
can't, but
I
they
mean,
do. Our babies
I can't take
do.
you serious. I
I
can't
mean,
take you
Cardi B
serious.
was one of those artists talking all that hot girl summer crap, and old boy was showing
Hmm.
her cooking and cleaning on social media. Everything
I
that
don't
she
cook,
said
I
she
don't
ain't doing.
clean.
I don't do none of that. We showing picture like for real,
But you're crazy if
for
you
real.
are taking the music literally. And it's sad because these kids, that's what they. I'm not even just kids, grown ass people, but
Mhm.
are taking things literally like it's entertainment. Pooh is not real life. It's just not.
Yeah. I mean, you've
The
had
mentality is
artists
Yeah.
years
greater.
ago that was more putting their life experience, but stuff now they get a script and they go sell it. They ain't
Yeah,
doing that. They ain't got that video. They rented it.
for
Yeah,
sure.
so.
Mm-hmm.
But just like even if it's a woman that's in that same situation as the man and she's using what she has, which she's definitely going to get more flack than the man does. But I'm not mad at anybody that
Yeah,
that
but
uses what they have to propel themselves, as long as they actually propel themselves into a place in a space where they don't have to be that person anymore. And I ain't mad at you. Get somewhere and handle your business and do what you got to do. We all came from somewhere. That's just how I look at that. But um as for me, no, I can't. And especially at this age and stage, like I don't even think that any of us should be entertaining somebody who's getting themselves like, how are you like um or taking somebody seriously that's getting themselves together. Like, how can you make a life with somebody that's getting themselves together?
to be fair, COVID wiped out a lot of people
No, so
industries.
I
So they
so
had to
and so what I mean is I
I
don't
didn't hear you,
mean
Jen.
like somebody that's building something else or starting something else. That's not what I mean. Because we all are doing things and we all are building extra things on our things. That's not what I mean. I mean somebody, and we all know people who just never got it together.
okay, I got you. And I was saying, Stephanie, that COVID wiped out a lot of industries, so some people might be
Yeah,
restarting their careers.
got it.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm not talking about somebody that, or like you said, starting over, or like about to. You have people that are coming out of 9 to 5 jobs who are going into entrepreneurship and different things like that. That's not what
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about
They
somebody
never
that
did no.
you 47 years old and you just had never got it together and you just really now you just finding you feel like this really about to be the thing.
Yeah.
This really about to be the thing. But if you just give me this extra 3,000 that I need, I really I'll really be able to make it happen. I'll be able to make it real quick. This and that small investment, So nah, no.
Yeah, nah. You need to get, ask God about what you need to do with yourself. That hustle, go find your purpose, brother. Because I ain't got 3 grand for you. I'm trying to get 3 grand.
But you got people out here like that, like Terry saying, that's that we went to school with. You'll see them at the store, like, man,
That's
always
when
this.
I say broke. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
why I say broke is relative. Broke is relative to whatever you think it is. But you have people that because they're so influenced by social media that broke to them is somebody who ain't wearing Balenciaga, this, that, and the other every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's to me, it's just relative to whatever your thought process is, and that's why I say when even you're looking for a mate, you got to find somebody whose thought processes. I mean, you really got to go as deep as like if you. To me, look at hell. Maybe look at social media together. What you
Mhm.
think about this? What you think about? I mean, for real, it's really that deep because um some of that stuff that people even think is funny to me, some of it ain't funny. Some of it, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's all relative to me.
100%.
But
I mean,
but
and it's funny because you hear these stories of people you might know, like, man, I need some counseling. Like, what's going on? And then they start telling you scenario like, you're wrong, right? Yeah, I know, but she ain't have to do that right there. Like, stop. How are you in the wrong? You looking at for well, she ain't have to take it this far. Like, come on, man.
well, that's people
What's wrong
not
with
wanting to
you?
take accountability. I mean, it's
Yeah.
an awful lot of that. I think that the first thing you have to do is take accountability for your part, even if your part is the smaller part. You know what I mean? Take accountability for it. I'm always willing to take accountability. Um, I don't want to anymore. Yeah, I do it.
I don't want to, but I do it.
I'm over it. I'm telling you, I'm so over accountability, responsibilities, over the illities.
All the illities, man.
I'm so over the illities. I don't know what to
Yeah, on
do.
the low. He always talking. This is business. What's wrong with this guy?
Right.
No, but you know, that's kind of hard for a lot of I won't say a lot, some women. That accountability part, because you know you could be in a relationship and it's hard for your girl to say I apologize for something that she knows she was wrong about, and
Yeah.
you know, I done been in that situation, and every time I remember, it was like instead of just saying, "Hey, I apologize, I messed up," it was just like it'd be all the way around the corner
Everything
and
but
back.
that.
Yeah, and then
But
it was
you
just
did
like
this. Like,
it was like all
no.
you had to do is say, "Hey, I apologize," and keep it moving. Like if I screw up, I'm apologize to you as quick as possible. Like I was wrong earlier when I did X, Y, Z, and
You
everything.
are one in a million to say that. How many others will
I had
just
to learn that though.
outright,
Let me say this: I
I'm
learned that
sorry.
no, I'm saying Steph. I learned
No.
that in college. I learned that in college. This girl, my homegirl Keisha,
It cuts
she
down the
said,
argument.
"Bro," she said, "if you just be real with women," she said, "you won't have any problems out of us." And I said, "So
We
you
still
telling
have
me
some problems,
I gave her all these,
but not
I
as
gave her all
many.
these scenarios." She said, "But I'm talking about the real problems." She was like, "I'm talking about real problems." I was like, "Okay." So I was like, you could tell I was giving every scenario, and ever since then I started doing that. It took my level of crazy all the way down to like one. Because I was dealing with a lot of crazies out there. I'm talking about some real crazies. And I was like, what the hell am I doing wrong? And then once I realized what I was doing, that's when I said, I'm about to be real, like Terry's talking about up front. That way, we both know what kind of crazy we're dealing with. I don't
Literally.
want a damn,
But
I don't
doesn't
want no
it
damn.
work? Do you think it works though?
For me, it did.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it did. Because I know what your crazy, I know what your triggers are. So I'm going to stay away from
And that's why,
doing.
cause yeah, like so don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna stay away from your triggers. Vice versa. If you know, I'm gonna damn be mad if you taking all day doing your hair when we supposed to be at the concert at damn 8 o'clock.
But
You
if
know
you
I
know
want to
how
see.
long it take her, just tell her the concert is at 7 Jerome.
Well, I
Just
learned
give her
that
that.
trick. I
Exactly.
learned that trick. I learned that trick years ago,
Just make
and
peace with that, bro.
it worked.
Make peace.
Yeah, why sit up and make yourself mad
As long
and
as she looking fine, just make peace. And
that's
she
your
might be
No,
late.
no,
Okay.
hey,
Maybe,
it's certain
maybe
it's
late.
certain concerts I'll be mad about, man. I went Brian McKnight, Maxwell. I'll be mad about the situation. I done
no, that's
paid.
your fault.
See,
I was about to say, just find out who
I
the
don't like to
opener
argue.
is. Corey.
But y'all gotta realize these are in my 20s. I'm in the 40s now. Now I
Oh, in
know.
your 20s,
Yeah.
yeah. You just weren't
Yeah.
smart.
20. 20s, I was just ready to damn you go 0 to 100.
Yeah, yeah, you were.
Jerome, what's your sign?
Gemini.
June.
May 30th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah.
All
See what I'm
right.
saying? See, that's what I deal with right there. See what I'm talking about?
See, my brother-in-law, and my sister is why I don't like to argue because I heard
Woo!
conversations and arguments. So I'm like, I don't want to do all that damn arguing. You mad about something from Sunday and it's Friday? What the hell? Who does that?
So
So
are
I
you saying that you apologize just for the sake of argument, or are you
no,
legitimately apologetic for the situation?
no, I want to
Because
work it out.
anybody
'Cause
can
I don't want.
say, I'm sorry. Like, don't say I'm sorry, because that's what's going to piss me off. You're only saying that you're sorry to shut me up. Don't do that.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I
I
that's
was
want
gonna say,
gaslighting.
I was
That's
gonna say that
gaslighting.
you come off like
I want to fix the problem so we can keep it moving.
So I can shut up.
No, no, it ain't no shut up. Was I at fault? I apologize. What can I do better so we can keep it moving forward? Fix it.
Mm.
Just deal with it. I used to be afraid of emotional confrontation. I realized when that's scary. Okay,
you
you
all have
know
a team
what is the
meeting.
problem? Let's work it out. What's going
Right.
on? Talk to me.
So you want to go to a resolution quick as possible, is what you're saying.
If we can. If
No,
Yeah.
it's
I
my
do
fault,
too,
I
though. I'm
apologize.
not gonna lie. I like to have a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
old team meeting. I like to
Right.
really get to the bottom of it, write
You're
out
gonna
everything.
piss me the
Yes,
hell off if I gotta
absolutely.
argue with you over some dumb shit. Because I hate to argue. We wasting time.
That's
If
fair.
we're gonna argue,
So
we gotta argue constructively.
I
We gotta
apologize.
so
You still want to just no, we don't need to have a round. Like why we need to have a round? I apologize. Let's
hey
move
Jeff, so what's considered dumb, man? We need you to elaborate. That's what I want to hear.
on. Okay. Ooh.
Ooh.
Let me see what that sound.
Yeah,
Hold on now.
give me a good dumb argument from you and the girl.
A dumb argument would be, let's see, we're gonna go somewhere, and I forgot to pay a bill. Let's use that as a example. Get a learn the phone. This bill wasn't paid. You say it's gonna pay that day. Oh, my bad. Let me go take care of it now. My apology. But the person's still going.
But why didn't you pay the bill? What were you doing that was so important that you forgot to pay the bill?
I forgot. I apologize. Let me pay it right now.
Now we got
And
to
let's say she keep doing that row of questioning. Okay, I've apologized. You just saw me pay it. I owned up to everything. Do you just feel like arguing right now? Because I can go in the other room for a minute and let you count to 5 or something. Because I don't want to argue. This is waste energy.
I feel two ways about that. I feel like one person need to be handling the bills. The person that's going to be more responsible. The person that's going to make sure everything is paid for on time, early or on time. Period.
But
whatever. However, if that person is her or if that person is you, whatever, one person needs to make sure it's done and it's done on time. 2, if it was a mistake, it was handled. Shut up. Move on.
But see, I can't say that because that shit gonna go left.
We ain't about to.
You didn't tell me that, but I really wanted to say, shut the hell up.
Like for real, like you said it.
Good. But I know
handled it. It's not about it.
So you can't even do that.
So to me, whoever is stronger at or better at whatever in the relationship handles it. Except for the garbage, I'm not taking out the garbage. I don't care if I'm stronger than you. But I'm saying like just like whoever is better at what handles that, and that's it. Done.
No, I agree with you because the stronger financial person does need to handle the bills and things of that nature.
Yeah. But
like especially if you have a lot going on, like me, I know I have a lot. I have a lot in situationally now, which for my business, of course, I'm going to handle all that. But situationally now at home, I don't see it. I don't know what they look like. But in the past, I was the person to look at and to handle all of that. So it's about whoever is that person that is going to be on top of that more, who's going to actually, you know what I mean? So I don't think it has to do with anything other than that. And whoever is, paying, all of that is up to that particular couple, I feel like. Yeah, that way it ain't nothing to be said. It ain't, and then if it was a mistake, it was a mistake and move on, girl, be quiet.
But like I said, they was on what she on, like, but you never make a mistake. What's
got you preoccupied?
Oh,
who was you on the phone with? What was that text about that made you forget this bill?
Oh yeah, see, that's what I was just about to say. Yeah, it was deeper than that. Okay.
And that's the funny part. She straight went on that type of. Well, you never do that. Like
it was deeper than that.
But the women have like a real long, great memory. So you trigger something when something like that happens. That means you trigger something that happened before, whatever that would have been. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got triggers. We got positive or emotional or negative emotional triggers. And if you trigger something, that's why she couldn't let it go. She couldn't let it
go. I have grown from the teachings I've gotten over the years because you hear that voice in your head just
comprehension.
Like, dude,
the listeners,
you would not tolerate this from nobody. You would have been cussed this person. I'm like, nope, we ain't gonna do that. Shut up, stop talking to me. I'm gonna let this die out. I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep the peace. Go outside and just woosah.
Woosah.
So you learn how to walk in love is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. 27-year-old Jeff. I wish someone would talk to me crazy. Shut the hell up talking. Go ahead and die already.
Yikes.
You on my nerves. Like, oh well, I apologize, like whatever. Wouldn't care. Like, I ain't drunk. Like, hey Jeff, you just snapped off. Like, I asked him to leave me alone, didn't I? So that's what they But older, like that's not the way they roll. They gonna really think you truly feel that way about them. Ain't cool. You shouldn't. Don't let that dude say, "Let me say it, Jeff." No, you can't speak. Be quiet. You don't pray about it, because you can't take it back. Words are powerful. You speak that, like, hey, you hate me, like, oh Lord, here we go. So you hear that way. He is a Scorpio, like, yeah, you got stung for once. It
Yeah.
takes a lot to get that dude to come out, but you finally hit the nerve. You happy? Because argument is wasted energy, man.
True.
Sometimes you can get some things out, and like I said, it can be constructive. But if it's not getting anywhere, if you're not actually taking turns and exchanging actual thoughts and feelings, no, it's not getting anywhere.
Mhm.
You're just exchanging expletives. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
it's
You
not.
gonna pull up, man. Last week you left the water out. Like what?
Well, you
Well,
ain't say that last week,
Did y'all
though.
just
We
eat
ain't know
this
that.
bag? So,
You
like,
say what?
here we go.
I don't even drink water. Quit playing.
Yeah, you just keep going. Like, well, you did this 2 months ago. Like, oh, we're just gonna keep trying this on. And you're like, we still arguing over what the hell we doing with ourselves.
And then that can kind of take us back to the whole using sex to control, though, because that might be the trigger to why we haven't been intimate when it's every night, every other night. All of a sudden, it's been 2 weeks. What's wrong? You left the water out last week.
Mm.
You know I like cold water, and you walked past the water 3 times, and you still haven't put it in the refrigerator. Yeah, no,
But you want some, yeah.
right.
It can. If
You did it
like I
wrong.
said, if I feel like you're not handling, if
Y'all
I
better
feel
go
like
put
you're
that
not
water
handling,
up.
I
Hey,
hear the words killed out there about you wrong.
hey, I'm listening to this, and I'm like,
no,
wow.
but if
For
you're
some
not
water.
handling, Stephanie is correct.
Wow.
If you're not
I'm
handling
bringing out
like
the
the
hands. I got
little
to do the
things.
massage. I know the trick. I know the trick in my house. So I'm massaging.
No.
Look, he said he gonna always revert back to the massage. It don't
That
matter to him.
massage works
That's the
every
The
key.
time.
massage fixes it, but that's cool because that that's the thing that works. But every man needs to find the thing that works.
There you go.
Everybody has their little love languagey thing or whatever thing that works, and for some of us, if you've been around us long enough, sometimes that thing changes, fellas. It changes. It
It
gets
changes.
okay.
And
We rapping
Hey,
or we
y'all.
singing.
hold your
What we doing?
tongue, bro.
Was
Hold
this
your
an
Come
tongue.
R&B?
here.
She
It
said, "Come here."
changes.
Hold your tongue, because
Feel me?
don't say, well, why'd you put the damn water up? Don't do it.
You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
don't go down the rabbit hole. The
Oh,
argument gonna
man.
be like, oh, what did you
I'm
just
just
say?
saying. I'm
And it's
just
on the fire.
saying. So just at least just pay attention enough or give a F enough to ask.
Mhm.
Or, it's okay. Like we like conversations and kick-its and stuff like that. Let's sit around and eat cookies and talk. And I tell you what I like
Right.
with no problem. You know what I'm saying? So or not.
Damn, or not. What the hell was that? You heard the
Yeah.
click of the
Hey,
nails, like, nope.
sometimes the nonverbal is the worst.
That was like a
because
period
as
type
Oh, I
a
of-
shut
man,
down. I got two
Yeah.
modes.
yeah. If the woman shuts down, you screwed because
Mhm.
you can't read her mind. You know what I'm saying? You can't read her mind, and it's like
I got two
that's the worst
modes.
right
They
there.
look just like this.
And it goes both ways because my husband will do that. He'll shut down. And I'm like, what's wrong? Nothing. I know you. We've been married for 11, almost 12 years. What's wrong? Nothing. You only get 3 nothings, though. I'm only going to ask you 3 times. After that, it's like, all right, you'll be okay. You'll talk when you're ready. But females are not the only ones that shut down emotions. Sometimes you have to pick and pry through your dude as well.
What I do? Get on autopilot.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely an autopilot chick. I am such. I used to think that it was cool that I was referred to as a robot. I thought that was a compliment.
Hmm.
That shit's not a
I'm
compliment.
learning that. My
It's,
son calls me a
it's
robot. I'm learning that.
yeah, it's not a compliment, sis. It's not. You know
I
what I'm
see.
saying?
Yeah.
And I'm really, I'm I'm working on it. I don't know if the work is working, but I'm definitely trying not to be So, okay, on Mondays I do
You said I'm getting
that,
better.
and then no, but I'm robotic as hell. I'm definitely robotic as hell. But mentally it works.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But as far as I don't know, going back around, I hope I keep trying. I'm keeping my head, hoping that I don't forget to say something that I meant to say. I usually keep my notes, but I stopped keeping my notes a long time ago. But as
Interesting.
far as our subject, before we start to get up out of here, I think that we got to start looking at it, like I said at the beginning, honestly, and stop looking at the other sexes being um so out to get us. Because I think a lot of times that's not, I don't even think that's what it is. I think especially we are all for black people, if I'm correct, right? So I think especially in our community, it's always, yeah, because the black woman, a black man, a black woman, black man. And I don't think that that's what it is. I love a black man, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I think a black man love me. And I think that if we look at it for what it is and are honest with each other, um, it ain't so bad. I think we just looking at the wrong things. And maybe we start looking at some of the stuff that's right. And like I said, as far as manipulation goes, we all do it and we all want a thing. So what's wrong with that?
What?
They say what?
We all do it.
You should have said that at the beginning.
I did say it at
That
the
would have been
beginning.
the whole talk.
What?
I did say it at the beginning, Steph. I said it.
I can't agree with
Jeff didn't hear it, apparently.
that. I heard
I
it. Like I
said
said,
that
when
we
you
all use what
analyze
we
it,
have to a certain degree to
you
get what we
Mhm.
know,
want. We all have an end goal. We all whether we want this man, whether we like, oh, I like him, I dig him, I like him. So let me do this thing, let me do this stuff. Like I'm gonna get him.
Mhm.
Or and this man had this woman, or got this woman he liked, and he wanted. He's doing all of these things to get her. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. All of it is finessing to get this thing that you want, whether it's this sex or this person or this whatever. You doing all of this finessing, which is manipulating to get this person or this thing,
Mhm.
or whether it is just to hit this person or whatever. We're all doing it to each other for whatever reason, whether it's good intent or ill intent. We're doing it. That's all I'm saying. Just keep it real about it. If you just want to hit, okay, it's a hit. But if I'm really trying to get you, like I'm really trying to get you, we all do it. That's all I'm saying. I don't think so.
I don't disagree. I think that the point that you're making is that ultimately there is an end goal, be it a long term relationship, be it a one night stand, if it's just the sex, there is ultimately an end goal. I don't disagree with that. Um, where I'm kind of teetering the fence a little bit though is just kind of lean into the topic of the manipulation, because if I'm upfront with you at the beginning, I'm telling you, look, I'm attracted to you physically. I want to know what it's like. Let's get together. There's no manipulation there. I'm
Right.
telling you what I want. It is what it is.
that part.
The
Yeah,
manipulation, I
the
think,
good
comes
person
in
is manipulating.
when,
Like, wait a minute.
right,
I don't.
we've level set at this point and
Are they
you've,
good if they manipulate?
right, we set the ground. You've level set and you've started to spoil me or give me these things, and then like the example I always use the term fall short, but when that falters and then I start to say, well, I'm not getting this, so you're
Right.
not getting that. Now I'm manipulating, I'm playing a game, and I'm using the sex to get what I want. At this point, this is not a connection, this is a game. And that's where to me the manipulation comes in.
Yeah, I say the manipulation is I guess it goes left when the male or the female is using it as a form of punishment, if you will.
Right.
I think that that's where the problem lies when you use it as punishment. And I guess I'll go as deep as saying, especially when you're married, it's like you can withhold a lot of things. I think once you start treading that water as a wife, as a husband, man, we ain't gonna have sex until I feel like it. It's kind of like you treading a real bad, slippery slope at that point because, um, you can have a person completely shut down, and it'll be hard to get that person back. Um, when you start mentally, emotionally start disconnecting, that's when things can go left. So I say, uh, outside of the positive part of influencing people to do certain things and get them to do what you want, I think it's a lot of negative that can happen. So you have to really tread the water lightly when you out there doing that stuff.
Now,
That's
how
my
you
take.
doing something positive? You're gonna do what you want.
Well, no, like what Terry was talking about. What
You
when you
can do
dating
something
somebody.
positive. I have used positive manipulation.
I agree. You can.
But Stephanie just made
Positive
me
influence.
Stephanie just made me realize something because, and I had a friend of mine tell me that I do this. I have a way of spinning things, in a way to whatever. But so it's not that I haven't done this. Okay, so when I've done it, it's been a more of a you don't deserve this right now.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Exactly.
And you just made me think of it.
Mhm.
It hit me like it literally just was like ding in the back of my brain.
Yep.
You don't
You
deserve
too
this right
light
now.
with that one.
No, literally those words popped in my head. It was in my own voice. You don't
You don't
deserve this
deserve
right
it
Mm.
because it's the prize. You have not
now.
earned it.
And
You ain't
don't.
working hard enough. Your
Wow.
paycheck ain't big
No.
enough. Whatever. Mm-mm. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the bad part about it is, it's it's good for
Check.
both parties. So if you fucking up, can I curse?
You got the legs, girl. Go ahead.
But
Oh, well, you
Stephanie,
got the legs.
but
Keep
If
Stephanie,
you dropped
but
the
Stephanie,
ball,
you
going.
said what you said.
I said what I said. Listen, if
Say
you
what you
dropped
said.
the ball that many times, not only am I, so when I withhold, the punishment falls on you, but I'm not getting it either. So now I gotta sacrifice mine to teach you that you dropping the ball. Listen,
Wow.
I can go, I mean, yeah, I can get the rose, I can get queen, I can do whatever I need to do, but it's not the same. So you need to get your shit together so that I can get what I need. And I can give you what you need in the process.
Truth coming out now.
Hey,
Hold
hey,
on.
let me see what that. Hey,
And
remember
all
BET
these
had
ice
remember
trees don't
BET
see me
had
like,
talking dirty after
what
dark.
the real at?
Do the
Okay, it's gonna
midnight
come out
version.
eventually. It's
We
gonna
gotta do
come
the
out. The
midnight
understand
version.
gonna come out. I'm still gonna drop. Okay. Okay.
Look, you got the
I see
Gatorade.
it.
Pass me one.
I
I
got a
see
whole
it.
bunch of them.
I can't
I
have
see
that
it.
artificial sweetener. That's the artificial
I know.
sweetener.
I can't I I don't like the taste of plain water, so I gotta stay hydrated some kind of way.
Okay, well, girl,
I've been looking at my man like it's so little quiet. What the hell going my man around here? Okay.
No,
okay,
hey,
so
no,
yeah,
hey, no,
basically
hey, man.
that's
I'm
what it
soaking.
is. It's the you
I'm
don't
soaking it
deserve
in
it.
right now. I'm soaking in what they just said, man. I'm soaking it in.
And that's just what it is. So for me, that's when it happens. It's the you've and it's for me, it's usually not a you didn't pay this or you didn't. It's usually nothing that has anything to do financially.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even that. It's usually something that you broke in here.
Mhm.
Mm.
And so until that thing is fixed, I'm not gonna feel that way. And usually for me, I'm not even that usually is not even that big of a deal to me. But lately it's like the older I get now, I don't know, I have this softer thing inside of me where that kind of stuff is
You're a
starting to
delicate flower now.
I
Mhm.
told you I was. See,
You're my teammate. I pay attention to this shit.
I told you I was. So now things like that are starting to matter. So it's like, you got me messed up, dog. You
Now,
better,
question to both of you beautiful ladies. Instead of saying, well, you don't deserve this, you ain't getting this, will you
Oh, I ain't saying a
explain?
word. Oh no, I haven't said
Will
anything.
you explain, well, because you didn't do A, B, C, D, E, this is where we are. So maybe they could try to correct it.
Oh no, but see, no. I said everything, all the things before. All the other things have already been said. You know, I'm an amazing communicator. Okay. So all the things have already been said. Too late for that.
Stephanie?
So it depends.
You
It
sound like you
depends
right. You
on
on punishment. I ain't telling you nothing while you on punishment. Figure it out. I could be
it
wrong.
depends on if you are legitimately trying to resolve or
Posted that today. I ain't forcing
Life's too
nothing.
short to
I
force
said, may
stuff.
the force
Like
be
you
with
seen that,
you.
Jenna?
May
right.
the force be with you. Go
Yeah, if
ahead,
you
I'm
are
listening.
genuinely trying to resolve the issue and we are in that open dialogue, then absolutely I will say I was disappointed with this, that, and the other. Um,
Damn,
but it
you
happens.
was, you was in the principal office. What the hell? Damn,
But
what kind of dialogue is this?
if it's like I gotta teach you, then not for real. No. Like my son is right back here. He's the one I'm teaching and grooming. I ain't trying to teach and groom a grown man. Terry said it we talked about it at the beginning. And I know that nobody's perfect, so if you fall short, I got you. But
For real,
when it
Gina.
becomes a habit
Real, Gina.
She said, I got books to read and nails
and
to
nails to
polish.
polish, exactly. I'm not trying to raise you. And so if I don't see you putting forth that effort, why am I gonna waste my energy?
And see, for me, like I said, because it's not like, bills are always paid. All the house stuff, like that's done. Like I ain't got, that's never a thing. But it's other things, you know what I mean? And so it's like if I ain't feeling what I need to feel, if I don't feel like the seatbelt is clicked all the time, or if I don't feel like this is there all the time, or if I don't feel like, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I ain't this and this a push start, so that's on you.
Exactly. And it's crazy because you can withhold or you can use sex to control and or manipulate without withholding the act, right? Because we can still do,
Real.
but if I'm not emotionally attached to it, what are we doing it for? So, like, I'm speaking in almost parables, but like in terms of example of maybe situations in the past. Now, I don't or I won't withhold or use sex to control or manipulate in my marriage because, like I said before, if I'm putting you on punishment, guess who else is on punishment?
Absolutely,
I'm not
absolutely.
keeping it for myself.
Well, I
I'm still
mean,
right now
there's
where
other
I don't,
people.
I
They
don't,
got
I
the
don't,
ways. They
I
got
don't
other
care.
stuff in the situation. Just saying.
What'd you
They
say?
got what? They got toys. They got stuff to remedy the situation.
That's not the
It's
same.
not
Yeah.
the
I mean,
same. It'll get
Jeffrey and
you a
Stephanie already
climax,
told
but
you
it's not
that.
the
That's not
same.
even the same. That's not same as no man smelling like a man.
Jeff ain't listening.
That
I hear
pressure,
that, but
Raheem
but
Devon
in,
made
but
the
in this
song.
contact,
punishment time
Raheem
period,
Devon made the
That's not
song. You better
that's
listen
that
not
to
it
him.
free.
not
might
the
get
That's
to
not
the
same.
no
glass.
that's not no man.
The battery
If it gets
operated
really start
boyfriend.
itching, you ain't gonna scratch it. You're gonna just be pouting, and this fool is
Wow.
acting up. Fake news. I'm calling fake
That's not
news.
somebody to go get
Fake
you some
news.
water.
You're gonna break the
Right?
glass and
And get a
handle that
warm
one
rag
time.
afterwards. It
Uh,
it don't.
like they said, it ain't the same, man. All I'm saying is,
You're gonna break the
if
glass,
you
dog.
listen,
Just
if you
one time.
listen to what the lady saying, man, Terry said they giving it to you up front. Long as you don't do this over here, we good. So don't do this over here, and you won't
But
have these
can
problems.
I tell you that I don't give a damn how many I don't give a damn how many of these postage you give a MF. It don't matter.
So
It
they
just
ain't so the dudes you done dated up to this point, they ain't listened to. Ain't none of us perfect, but I'm saying they ain't listened to 97% of it.
mm-mm. Well, like, people will think they know you. They'll feel like, oh yeah, got it. Yeah. And it's like, no, surface stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's not it.
I
That's
got you.
not it.
But you know,
That's not
Dr.
it.
Phil over here, Jerome. What the hell?
Hey man, you don't know what I do, man. This is what I do at the bar all day, man. I counsel for free.
Yeah,
I go to the bar just to help people out.
That's not it. That's
I put my hat on.
not it.
I have my little drink, and I'll be like,
"Oh, you Switzerland? You neutral as hell right now."
Hey, you know how many people I done talked off the cliff? It's chicks in there ready to get rid of their dude. I listen to both sides, like, hey, calm down. Don't even do it.
Yeah,
Have a normal conversation.
That was what the. That was Wayne State a lot. Play stupid game. Okay, Gina.
She said she's 20 years in. She ain't got time for no game.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
Final word.
I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem with cutting it. I don't look at it as manipulation because honestly, I'm also that girl that feels like if you gotta go do whatever you gotta go do, that's
Okay, Gina.
That's funny.
there's options. So many options.
Okay. Leave that alone because you're the devil's advocate because you been staying all night. Everybody manipulating. Now you saying you don't like. Which way is which way? Which way we going?
Say what?
You staying all night. Everybody manipulating. Now you just said something that's like, which way is left? This is what you doing.
Oh no, I don't care. I'm just saying.
All right, final word, Stephanie.
Great discussion. I think that
My bad.
my
Principles.
opening statement kind of ties the whole thing together, and it's also going to be my closing statement. We, as a whole, manipulate and use it to control because we can, because it's there, because it's the prize, and ultimately, if we know what the end goal is, if I got this, the power of the P, if I'm holding it and I can use it, I'm not saying that I do, but if I can, let me make that clear. But no, because we can. So there will be times, but I also think that we were able to uncover the fact that it may not necessarily be controlling. It may not necessarily be manipulation, but in order to get to the root of what it really is, you got to be able to have that open communication with your partner.
And your principal hours are?
9 to 5.
That dude said the principal hour.
Hey, she get principal stuff for a minute like that. That's how she talking to him. I can put these stories. What the hell that word mean?
My hours
That's
are.
what she really feel. Okay. All right, Switzerland.
Yeah.
What's your viewpoint?
I'll say we go back to the definition of the manipulation where you either influencing or trying to control. So I would say be careful how you handle that type of in a certain way, kind of power, if you will, especially for those who married, because it can really make a person shut down, whether you're the female or whether you're the male. So I think communicating properly is the best. Effective communication is key. So you don't have to deal with the high school games, I call it.
The reindeer games.
Yeah, the reindeer games. Put me on punishment when I'm 19 and 20, young and dumb, and don't know much.
Right.
In the 40s and 50s, depending on how old your dude is, people don't have that type of time and patience at that point. So it's like it's better for us to communicate.
I don't get this, Gina. Y'all always want a damn map.
Yeah,
you mean
y'all
map?
need somebody to show y'all the way. Y'all need directions, step by step.
I'm doing new kids on the block.
Dudes don't look at directions. That's our damn problem. We try to go out there, put the bike together, got everything screwed up. Until the wife come out there like, hey, that ain't how the hell it's supposed to be. So, I would say that the key for the women is just listening. That's what I learned over the years. Listen. Listening to what they say, and hopefully they listen to what you saying, so y'all can both be good.
I haven't heard I'm on Elijah with it in a minute. I need to.
Yeah, I like to know what type of water Gina drinking on over there. Yeah, my teammate though. All right,
So,
So what you got to say, Jeff?
gotta get some Nietzsche type words here.
No, go ahead. Go
Nietzsche,
ahead, man.
Aristotle type stuff here. I guess to a degree, the overall goal is to both have that happy time. So people may manipulate at times where they think their intentions are good or bad. But even in that, you still will have to communicate. Hopefully, you can be as honest as Teri and put all your cards on the table from day one so y'all know what it is, y'all know how to move. Or you can really pay attention to who you're dealing with so you don't have to go to the principal's office with someone like Stephanie. And then you don't want to be Switzerland. Want to pick a side. Had to mess with you, bro. Had to mess with you.
Hey, no, that dude called me Switzerland.
Mess with you. But give that sound sage advice on talking with the person so y'all can figure out where y'all might be missing it. Because if you're staying together, I would assume y'all might want to eventually sign the papers and make it official. So you might want to start working up some of those issues then before you get to the marriage. So by that, just driving down the street chilling. Because whatever issue y'all got in the shacking stage, it ain't gonna change. You get a ring, have a 20 grand wedding, piece of paper. Them issues still gonna be there. Y'all just Mr. and Mrs. dealing with the same issue. So you're still gonna have to find common ground to deal with them and start understanding what do y'all routine wants to look like as a team. Because hopefully y'all do understand you are a team. You have to work together for a common goal. Because what's the point of doing it if y'all gonna be blood in the same house over some water? That don't make no sense. And if it's too bad to talk, go take a ride, go read a Bible, go read a book, color, whatever, and come back with the better words. Because once you speak, you can't take it back. And in your anger, you might say something you think was not that hurtful, but you may have dropped a nuke on your mate and they ain't forgot. And they probably think, I'm getting rid of this so-and-so because you ever gonna talk to me like that and be on autopilot. And you never know you destroyed your relationship on that one meaningful argument that didn't have to happen.
Absolutely.
And they just keep piling. When they do count the cost upon it, they say in churches, they do like this, like you've been doing all this since last year, September 2nd. And I'm out. Like, damn. I didn't realize I didn't know I did something. And you try to figure out what the argument was, but they tape record, you said A, B, C, D, E at 11:59, then you did this, then you remember, damn, I cut him that deep. I didn't mean to. Because you do love them, but words hurt. And once you say you can't take it back, so you really gotta hopefully pull out and try to find common ground. Pray together. And be hopefully mature enough to have those uncomfortable conversations, if not together. Go see a pastor with it or a therapist. So y'all can work as a team and have a great life together. That's my final words. I think I did so okay.
You did.
You did great.
You did good, brother.
You know, we appreciate it.
Broke boys don't deserve no kitty.
Huh?
I said broke boys don't deserve no kitty. I need my amen.
I know that's right.
Y'all lying right there because you know that happened all the time.
That's right.
We ain't gonna go there because y'all know that's a lie.
I know that's right.
Hey, here they go.
Someone doing that as we speak right now.
Something that Gatorade, and she over there.
Yeah,
it's
probably missing something.
That's funny.
Probably missing something. So we know that's going on right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ain't got no girl, but he know how to. Like, okay.
That part. And that's what he got. That's the prize.
And he got the keys to the range all day.
Yeah.
Ain't looking for no job. And
I'll take some regulars. Give me regular.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She be on that real on the corny dude though. Like that.
I like
Uh,
regular. To be regular.
Right.
Well, hope y'all had some fun.
yeah.
This
course.
episode of the Ground Floor. Gonna give y'all another great episode next week.
Yay.
That will
Use your manipulation for good.
For good.
I'm gonna work on that.
great
I'll let y'all know how that
Thanks, Spider-Man.
Y'all gotta make me stop smiling. My lip hurt.
Uh-oh.
And, Mother's Day next weekend. So might try to do a little something different for that. Show some love.
Oh, you gonna do something for the ladies about time?
Uh-oh.
I'm just messing. You know, me and Jeff got to go at it. That's what we do. Me and him go at it.
I
know.
walked to Georgia to slap a man. Switzerland. I got time. I'm be on vacation another week. Keep it up. I walk.
Hey, catch that flight, man. Hey, just know it's gonna be a real fight. I know that this ain't no cakewalk over here.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Oh, see, here we go.
Come
That's
on.
what I'm talking about.
Come
I
on.
love people. Hey, I love people to sleep on me.
Hey, Gerald, you know we can do in school.
Oh, hey, we got to talk about that on this topic one day. Let's talk about that.
He was about to molly what they do in 8th grade. That was hilarious.
Oh no.
Oh man, that was funny.
Hey, that was in another life.
So you
man.
upset.
Hey, we Christian men now. That's in another life. We can't bring that topic.
Yeah, you're gonna lay hands to pray for him now. You ain't gonna lay the baby powder here with the baby powder. You gonna do that though. You gonna do that.
Long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Until next time, everybody. Y'all have a great night.
Peace out.